Hello everyone, welcome back to the revival. It is crunch time. It's the second leg of the semi-finals in the Champions League against Valencia. This is the lineup for today. I've already been in and changed things around. So in goal, Angus Gunn, as always these days. At left back, Jetro Willems. Wanfran takes the right back berth just because he's got a bit more stamina at the moment. I fully expect Henriks to come on for him before the end of the game. Todibo and Hummels taking up the centre-back partnership with Hayden playing just ahead of them. Then in midfield we have John Joe Shelvey and the ever-dependable Miguel Almiron, a player who is subject to a bid, but I've decided to reject that bid. He's just far too good and far too vital to the squad to be getting rid of him, at least so cheaply. And then up front we have Alan St. Maximin, Timo Werner and Frank Ribery. Now you may be wondering why Frank Ribery gets in ahead of Vinicius Jr. and unfortunately it's because Jr. is injured and will be for the next 3 days. Ribery has played very well for us off camera so far this season. He got himself a brilliant goal in one of the Premier League matches that we last played. Came in on his right foot and steered the ball past the goalkeeper. So we're going to give him a run out today with the hope that he can do something for us. If not, we do have options on the bench. Even though Paredes normally plays on the right for us, the Chilean is actually a more adept player on the left-hand side of a front three, as well as in the central striking position. We have Joel Linton on the bench, so if we need to replace centre forward, it's probably going to end up being him. He does give us something different, and in an emergency, we've talked about this before, he might actually make the team function better than Werner, even though Werner is without a doubt the better of the strikers. We also have Zakaria sitting on the bench in case we need reinforcements at either centre-back or in case Hayden needs to be brought off. Jeremy Mathieu can cover us in left-back and in centre-back roles, and Schubert, I don't know if we're going to need him on the bench, to be honest. I might regret this, but I think maybe we'll put Bodmer on the bench just to give us an extra option in midfield. Nkunku not feeling his best today, hence why Almiron plays. But honestly, I feel like Almiron does a fantastic job in that left attacking midfield berth. So he's going to get the start for us today. We need to win this game. We need to keep a clean sheet if possible. Let's get going. Valencia playing in their lovely away kit, which is all blue. It's another one of the Puma imprints, so it's got a very similar kind of pattern to the one that we have when we're playing in orange. In fact, let's just bring up the orange one. So it's a different pattern, but it's the same basic idea. 2 shades of the same colour, a very subtle pattern. I do dig those kind of patterns, but we're playing at home. It could very well be our last game of the season, at least in Champions League. So we're going to play in our proud, traditional black and white stripes in the Fairs Cup winning inspired strip, and hope that that can inspire us to another good performance in Europe this year. We're aiming for a second consecutive Champions League final. We're also aiming for a first ever Champions League victory. Stranger things have happened, and so far we have shown ourselves to be a very good team in Europe. All of the fans there making it a big occasion, holding up their black and white placards. Players in the tunnel, nerves starting to kick in for some of them. They know how big this game is to the fans that surround this stadium, holding up those boards, the black and white checkers, showing off the team colours of Newcastle United. It's true use of the word United in Newcastle's case. The only real, true Newcastle team. There are surrounding teams, obviously. There's the one that begins with S, although obviously not a Newcastle team. They are in the same kind of area. Gateshead, I suppose. I'm not au fait entirely with the area. but I do know that this is one city, one club. There's the lineup for today. We'll have a quick look at the opposition. I know Kondogbia will be playing for Valencia in the central midfield. So here's the Valencia team. Rico in goal, Garay at the back with Gustavo, Kondogbia in the middle of the park, Gomez and Rodrigo that did all of the damage in the last match playing up front once again. We're going to have to keep an eye on those two, try to keep them as quiet as we possibly can. So here we go. It's time to put up or shut up. Nerves have no place in football now. We just have to get on with it and try and get the win. A draw will put us through. But since when have I ever wanted to use a draw to get through to anything? Want to do things properly, want to go through with a win. Lovely drag back by Almiron. Tries the through ball, Ribery can't get onto it unfortunately, the ball is lofted clear, there's no hassle. Hummels has got the ball, he can play it at his leisure. Plays it across the back to his central defensive partner Todibo. Out wide to Juanfran now. Nips it through to Shelvey. He's surrounded by players. He plays it back to Todibo. Hayden playing nice and central, able to see the pitch from there. Through ball to Willems. He's got an opportunity to cross if he wants to. Here he goes. It's in. Oh, it's a chance. It goes begging. Willems just unable to get his head onto the ball. It was an inviting cross. Back to the goalkeeper. Willems gonna... Not Willems, sorry. Timo Werner trying to put pressure on the goalkeeper. That's offside. No, it's not. Ribery onside. Here's Werner. Goalkeeper beats it away. And now Valencia with the ball have their chance to put in the first meaningful attack of the game. Maximan putting good pressure on the player, forcing him to just play it long, allowing Newcastle to regain possession. Here's Hayden again. Over to Hummels, the centre-back splitting nicely to allow the full-backs to bomb on. Here is one of the full-backs now, Willems. Plays it back to Almiron, who crosses the ball in. It gets a deflection, goes back to Willems again. Nice early cross in this time. And now Valencia looking to hit on the break, and they have got a man over, and this could be danger. Crosses it in, good defensive header. Not sure about the control there from the defender afterwards. Angus Gunn being used as an auxiliary centre-back there. It's very nearly a good ball. A little bit risky. Shelvey wins the ball. Plays it up to Werner. He's got two men ahead of him. Does he use one of them? He does. There's Maximan. Plays it into Ribery. It's back to Werner. He takes the shot. Goalkeeper saves again. And it goes out for a corner. That was a beautifully worked move by Newcastle. Goalkeeper too good on this occasion. It was on target. Here we are. Mats Hummels taking the corners. We're going to have Shelvey take this one instead. Don't want to overcommit at this point. Valencia get the ball and they can break, but they choose not to, instead playing it back to the defenders, consolidating, giving their attacking players more time to move into offensive positions. Good defending. It's Juanfran on the right now. Maximan in support, he uses him. Valencia player just getting in on him a little bit too quickly. Hummels mopping up. Maximan, Shelvey, Almiron. Looking for Werner nice and early. Not finding him. Valencia back on the ball and looking to attack again. They have an extra man. Hummels manages to get in the way of the ball, picks it up. It's played back out to him now. Willems on the left in a very advanced role, as you expect from him in this Newcastle system. Here's Almiron. He's got the ball. There's a chance here if he can feed the striker. Oh my word, what the hell was that? It was a simple ball. He played it well, but Werner just... I don't know what happened there, honestly. And here's Valencia on the break, and this could be dangerous for Newcastle. Penalty shout. They're not giving it. And it's half-time. It's 0-0. It will do. At this stage, Newcastle looking like they may go through if this stays at the same scoreline. But the Toonami in attendance would much prefer that they score a goal and make it a little bit more comfortable for them. Good defensive header by Hummels. Little bit of a loose ball. Danger here. Todibo senses it, moves into the correct position, picks the ball up. That's a bad ball by Hayden. He's put his players under a little bit of pressure. He concedes the free kick, trying to win the ball back. He did a decent job there, really, but I didn't think it was a foul. Ribery's not there. Ribery might end up coming off at this rate. There's danger. Angus Gunn equal to it. Todibo, Shelvey, Juanfran, Maximan, Werner. He's gone off the defender. It's going to be a corner kick. Ribery not having the best of games. Paredes is going to come on in his place. Actually, I think we'll try them on their natural sides first. And then if we need to, the Maximan can move over to the left and Paredes onto the right, so they can cut in on their favoured feet. Cross. Oh, Maximan didn't connect with the header. He was in the right position, but he just couldn't get anything on it. Willems crosses the ball in, header, it's gone wide of the mark. Maximan's going to get to it, he plays it back to Juanfran, he's going to look for a cross himself, he gets it in, oh my lord, Werner just not alive to it at all. What is going on? Goalkeeper coming out, collects the ball nice and easy, pressure relieved. Almiron. Maximan, offside though. Yep, just the left foot straying offside. It's a shame, but it is correct, the decision. Was coming on for Kondogbia in the centre of the pitch. 68 minutes on the clock. We're going to make that change at right back. Henriks now coming on for Wanfran. Should give us a little bit more on the right hand side in an attacking sense. Henriks has got an absolutely wicked right foot. Werner and Henriks rather have quite the understanding. That's a late tackle. Referee has to take action there. He doesn't even give him a yellow card. Ridiculous. That's a forward's challenge, of course, but it's late. Very, very late. And needless, I would argue. Deserving of a yellow card, but none given. Almiron, Werner gets a turn on his man, shoots, scores! It's the goal they were looking for. It's the goal that they wanted. It's the goal that they have. Timo Werner puts Newcastle 3-2 up on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Simple ball from Almiron, but Werner had enough to do after the fact. But we know this player is more than capable of turning his man when he's on form. Just with the outside of his right boot, moves the ball into space, and then as soon as he's in the position to do so, strokes it home with his left foot. It's 1-0. Of course, Newcastle have had Valencia on the ropes before, and they've come back willingly. So it's not over yet, not by a long chalk. It's a good tackle. Valencia forward in numbers here. Ball comes in. Good defensive header away into Werner, and the break is on. If he wants him, he's got Maximan on the right. Collision of players. No whistle though. Play continues. Good defending, gets a deflection on the cross. Almiron wins the ball. Plays it out to Werner. Paredes now on the left-hand side. It's just behind Werner. It's a bad pass. Needed to be accurate. Into Almiron again. He's offside this time, I think. He is indeed. Paredes just straying into an offside position. It's a shame. And just for shits and giggles in this final minute, with Dani Parejo pulling up with an injury in central midfield, which could end up meaning that Valencia replace both their central midfielders, I am going to swap Paredes and St. Maximan over. And just because we could do with the extra defensive solidity, I'm going to bring Mathieu on for Willems at left back. Having said that, with 5 minutes left, everything seems to be working pretty well with the attacking fullbacks instruction on. I'm going to leave it on. Keep their wing backs pulled back, pinned back. It's a good little pass. It's a nice pass. That's Parejo. Oh, Parejo, what am I saying? Should be safe here. Just headed back to goalkeeper. Picks it up in his hands. Holds onto it for a second. Tells the players to calm it down. And then knocks it forward. Here's Timo Werner. He manages to find his strike partner there. But unfortunately just not alive to the ball. And it goes a little bit wide. Here's John Joe Shelvey. Here's Paredes. Still Paredes. And I think that might be a corner. And Danny Parejo, the warning signs were there. They didn't react to them. And now he is pulled up with an injury. It's all going a little bit wrong for Valencia at this stage. Mats Hummels standing over the corner. Knocks the ball in. He's got a good cross on him. Oh, it's Isaac Hayden with a interesting attempt. And that's it. That's the end of the game. Newcastle United through to a second consecutive Champions League final. The Valencia players distraught after having come so close. They go down to a single Timo Werner goal. But unfortunately, some days, that's football. Newcastle applauding the fans that did so much to create that 12th-man atmosphere in the stadium. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Newcastle through to another Champions League final. Really happy with the performance overall. We kept it tight at the back. There were slight worries at times, but we still managed to do it pretty much. What is very apparent is that even though we did create chances, Vinicius Jr. was a massive miss, I think. He really was. And he is going to be fit again by the time of the Champions League final. He's only got another 3 days of injury. Hopefully he'll be in good enough form that we can play him in the final. Yeah, I think Ribery will come good for us. And Paredes showed that he can do a job in the meantime. Is that goal again? Just a brilliant first touch and instinctual finish on his left foot there from Werner. But as I will explain a little bit later, in fact, let's explain right now, we might be looking for a new wide forward, and it's going to have to be a right-sided one. There's the performances. Ribery getting a 5. He really didn't deliver much of anything during that game, unfortunately. His time will come. He will find his shooting boots. He will end up gelling with the team. But there we go. We find now that the other game ended in a 2-2 draw, meaning that PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, will be playing against us in the Champions League final. I'm assuming Neymar is still at the club. That's going to be a tough one. But I have every confidence in the lads. Oh, bugger. Right, we've been offered the Chelsea job. I don't really care about the Chelsea job. I'm not really going to bother with that. But I need to know how bad this injury is for the captain. 3 days. Okay, it's not too bad then. It's not too bad. And we have Fazio that can deputise there. We also have Zakaria who can deputise. Fazio actually the better option there. So I'm not too worried. Let's just rearrange this while we're doing it. That's it. Junior back into the team. So that's the first 11 as we would normally want it. And now we just need to get everyone else in their correct positions. Right, there we go. So yeah, squad building for next season. We have had a bid for Coco. I am minded to let him go because he's not going to get any better. He is only 27 years old. He's a decent squad player. But I wonder if maybe we can find someone that is as good but could improve in the future. So we're going to have a look at that. In fact, Alex Iwobi looks decent over on the right-hand side there. So we're going to have a look at our listed players and see who we have there that could possibly come in and do a job in the place of Coco. It's not a great bid that we've had for him. It's 1.9 million. But that does mean that we've got about 52 million in the kitty to play with. The rest of the team I'm pretty happy with. We have a couple of players coming back to us from loan. Let's go into the negotiations page and then you can see the players on loan. Danny Alves is on loan. That's the only player that I can actually think of right now. Um, we're going to have to make a decision about Alves. Do we keep Alves? Do we keep Wanfran? It's going to be an interesting time over the close season. He's very good going forward, but I think the reason that we let him go out on loan and why Wanfran ended up staying with us, as you remember from when we made the decision, is if you look at lofted passing, 71 for lofted pass. Juanfran, 75. The thing is, Danny Alves is a better overall passer of the ball. It's just his crossing. Um, Now, if we were to have a look at their abilities, he does have pinpoint crossing, as does Juanfran. But the thing is, Danny Alves actually a much more rounded player in terms of skills. He has the captaincy skill as well, which would be useful for leadership. But and also he can play right midfield. But then I think Wanfran can play right midfield as well. Yes, he can. So I'm going to have to make a decision regarding these two players over the course of the summer. If you guys have got any thoughts, let me know. But I think potentially one of these two players is going to have to move on because Henriks is still very, very good. He's going to remain very good until he's at least 28. Um, and he is our first choice right back, and I see no reason for that to change in the near future. So that'll do for another episode. Until next time, when we will be playing in the FA Cup final at the Konami Stadium against Manchester United. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.